Hey friend, this is what I know now, where we pause long enough and look at the bigger picture. I'm Kanisha B, and thanks for joining me for day 6 of my 100 daily videos on YouTube. Today's episode is about perspective and not urgency. And this is what I know now about seeing the bigger picture. So, most of the time, we are inside a moment and we are so deep in it that we can't see the system that it belongs to. We can't see what it's connected to in our lives. And a lot of what feels overwhelming in those experiences is really just a perspective shift waiting to happen. Like, because we can't see all the intricacies, our minds are fixed. And when we push them, when we expand them and shift our perspective, everything starts to make sense. By the end of this video, you'll know why it's so imperative to step back and see what's actually going on before you start to spiral, before you get lost in all of the details. So there's this belief that I carry, and it helps me to see life differently. I call it the domino effect. And I have adopted this belief after many lessons, after getting dragged a lot of times, after repeated cycles, right? Going back and forth. And really, after being raised in New York, living in DC, LA, Maryland, Atlanta, Florida, and now Thailand. This belief has cemented and connected everything that I've learned in my life so far. So picture there's like this 2,000, 3,000 piece domino train. You know what I'm talking about? Like when all the pieces are lined up and they got them high and low and they're just beautifully spread out. They're beautifully arranged. When you're looking at this, you can see how intentional things are placed, how connected everything is. You can see how this winds around and just how it's beautifully displayed, right? And when we're looking at the domino train, when we're looking at these 2,000, 3,000 pieces from above, we know that there's a bigger picture at play. We know that there's something else, right? Like once it starts, it's like, oh my God, where does it go? We know that that's happening when we can see it from above. But when you're living this, you are inside the train and you can't see what's going on above. You can only see the piece that's directly in front of you. You don't know nothing about what came before you. You know nothing about what's coming after the domino in front of you. You just see the piece in front of you. You don't even see the ones on the side. You don't see the ones above you. You see none of it because you're inside the train. You are a domino. That is how life works. We experience these moments, sometimes individually, but we live inside these systems, these intricate, beautifully connected systems. And we're all connected here on Earth, you know, humans, animals, plants, the planet, right? We are all intertwined here together. Here is the perspective shift when you're in these experiences. Here's what you have to hold on to. You have to hold on to the fact that you are not a random domino. You are one piece in this beautifully crafted large system, this sequence of interactions and connections, and everything that's happened before you matters and it impacts you. And everything after you is affected by how you fall or how you stand. Everything after you matters just as much. The thing is that you don't know the full impact of your alignment or your misalignment. You just know that you are an amazing domino in this domino train. Sometimes when we're in these experiences, we step out of alignment. We over here, we're doing our thing. Okay, we are ignoring the nudges, right? We are resisting the redirection. We're not listening to any of the signs, overriding our intuition. You know, we even choose comfort over clarity. This is what happens when we're out of alignment. But what I've learned about being out of alignment is that it's not a punishment, you know? It is a part of the process. It's a part of your evolution. It's a part of your growth. And even though it's not punishment, it is disconnection. It is disconnection from source, from the most high. It's disconnection from yourself, from the interconnectedness of all the things here in the world. Being out of alignment doesn't just affect you. It's not just impactful to you. It disrupts really everything that is connected to you. So when you lose a job, you can look at it as, oh my God, they fired me. Or you can shift your perspective and get in alignment and say to yourself, you know what? Somebody else probably needed that position. Somebody else was more aligned in that position. And I know that there's bigger waiting for me. When you are dealing with a heartbreak, you can look at it as, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. Or you can decide to shift your perspective and get in alignment and say, you know what? There is somebody out there that was created to love me more. There's somebody out there that feels so much more aligned for me. You can go through the most challenging season of your life and look at it and blame everything, all of your childhood things, all of the things that everybody has done to you. Or you can look at it and say, I am being broken wide open to reveal the best version of myself. That's more aligned, right? That's recognizing that you are a part of this domino train. See, what I love about being alive, what I love about the universe is that it always gives us chances to realign willingly, right? No force, just flow. It gives us these little quiet nudges, these little repeated signs, messages, alerts, it gives us internal discomfort, right? Our intuition speaking to us very loud and clear. But when we don't listen to those things, this is where I have a lot of experience actually. When we don't align ourselves, when we don't realign ourselves, life will absolutely do it for us. Because again, we are all connected. So the universe will do it through transitions, through endings, through changes, okay? Through moments that force us to just stop and look. Moments that really sit us still. And these moments aren't here to harm us, right? They're not happening to us. They're here to put us back in the train. They're here to realign us. They're happening for our highest good and the highest good of all the things that we're connected to. So when you realign, when you decide to pause, shift, and pivot, right? When you decide to just allow the universe to support you and trust yourself instead of resisting what's going on, you start to see the dominoes fall so cleanly. You start to see the train in motion. You start to see how the system moves, how this happened because that happened, and because of that happening, this happened. You start to see the impact and the effect of it all. And the support that you need starts to show up right in front of you. Things make so much more sense after. And you start to be so grateful that you were in alignment, that you stopped resisting, that you stopped fighting things. You start to be so much more grateful that the train is moving because it's always working out in your favor. And again, I've had to learn that and reaffirm that for myself so many times. But having this perspective, being able to see the bigger picture, reminding myself of the domino effect has allowed me to experience some really, really tough times like homelessness and heartbreak and disappointment. And it still allowed me to have a positive outlook, affirm what I want next and where I'm going next, and really stay focused on what it is that I want in this world and all the things that are supporting me in it. Being in alignment has nothing to do with control. It is about cooperation. When you pause and shift and pivot, you start to cooperate. And that is what it's all about. Seeing the bigger picture is about cooperation. Imagine yourself stepping back. You're not just a domino. You can see the full domino train. You can see the beauty. You see the intention. You see the design. You see the cause and effect. You see everything working for your highest good. And what felt so chaotic up close was really just a coordinated masterpiece from afar. That is what seeing the bigger picture is about. really understanding that sometimes you're just too close and you got to step back so that you can see how things are happening for you. So before you react when things don't make sense, ask yourself this: am I resisting realignment, or am I being invited back into it? Because either way, alignment and redirection and transition and change, all of it is just asking you to just stay in the domino line. Stay here. So as you think about the domino effect, remember that you don't have to see the full train today. A lot of times we can't see it, but you have to be willing to realign where you are. When the universe, when experiences, when life is calling you to change, you just have to be willing to open yourself up, be expansive in your mindset, and realign where you are. And then trust that the picture exists, that this beautiful domino train exists, even when you can't see it. Sometimes clarity comes from stepping back instead of pushing forward. And that is what I know about seeing the bigger picture. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Join me for day 7 tomorrow. I'm starting a whole new week of videos and I am making my way to 100. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.